Story time. What will it be? It's called story time. I made a little beat called story time. Let's watch Envyerz story time.
Did I really just do that?
Welcome to Story Time, a series where I tell you all about a Mexican struggle and about moments of my life in general. This week I'm showcasing some Gears of War Ultimate Edition beta gameplay, trying to keep it more consistent with the stories from now on. I have a few stories in mind that I'm eager to tell you guys, so thank you for almost 100 likes on my last episode. So if we get at least half of that to start off with in this episode, it would be greatly appreciated. So without further ado, let's get on with the story. As you guys can tell by my YouTube channel, I am a gamer. I like playing video games, I like uploading video games, and I like giving my opinions on video games or just talking about my life through video games as I'm doing now. So I'll take any chance I could get to sit down and play a great game. And throughout my high school year, I've done that. I've skipped school just to play a video game. And to get this straight, let me clarify what I mean by skipping school. I know this is probably the nerdiest thing to do, but if you upload videos like me, you know you have to be the first person out on YouTube with that said title and that said video if you want to try to grow your channel to any extent. So what I mean by skipping school is I didn't go to school and then just walk back home and play a game. No. What I did wasn't really skipping school, but I'm going to call it skipping school because I did not end up going to school. I made a fake excuse and I just sat home playing video games all day. Well, a new video game all day. Let me clarify that as well. Me skipping school wasn't often. You know, I was a great kid in high school, middle school, elementary. I did all my work, A, B student, A student, and I got things done. So sometimes when I knew we weren't going to be doing anything in class, I got work done early, so that way when a new game comes out, I'm gonna be like, okay, I got all my work ready. I'm gonna make an excuse, say, oh, I'm feeling a little sick. We're not doing anything in class anyways, can I just stay home and you know, sleep? I didn't do this for every new video game that came out, and I didn't even do this for any old games. All I wanted to do is make an excuse so whenever a game that I really wanted to play and I really wanted to be the first out on YouTube, I would skip school for that. The most recent game I skipped school for was actually in college. It was my first semester in college as well. I had this class on Tuesdays and Thursdays that were 3 hours long from 3 to 5 p.m. and NBA 2K15 was coming out that day. Since I'm based off of posting NBA 2K content and basketball games right now, I wanted to be the first out to try to grow my channel. So the prior Thursday to that, I went up to my professor and said, oh, I'm not going to be able to make it. Is there any way I could turn in my project early or later? And she's like, oh, yeah, sure. Just turn it into me on Monday. Because, okay, I was like, okay, cool. It's not Tuesday. I'm not going to be here Tuesday. I'm going to be sitting in my room all Tuesday long playing some NBA 2K15, uploading it, and trying to get some views like everybody else does. That was the last game I skipped school for, and that's probably going to be the last game for a while I skip school for, because now that I'm in college, I get to schedule my classes. From now on, I'm no longer going to be having classes on Tuesdays and Fridays, because 2K16 is going to be releasing on Friday if you pre-order it, and all the big AAA titles are going to be releasing Tuesday. So I thought, perfect plan. You know, you don't have to miss a day of class, you don't have to be absent for class, you don't have to miss anything for those 2 days. So it's a perfect scenario for me now. I don't have to skip another day of class ever again. And as long as I continue to work around my schedule for when big game releases come out, and mind you, big game releases release in the first semester of every year for my college at least, because no good games come out January, February, March, April, May. Maybe some in March, maybe some in May, but nothing really serious. All the serious games come around holiday season for Christmas and what have you. So that's why I don't care what my schedule looks like for my second semester, but for my first semester, from now on, no Tuesday or Friday classes, because that's the time to have a new game and upload it and play it to my heart's extent. Now, if we talk about high school, skipping school in high school, I've done that a lot more times in college, and I've done that probably a lot more times than I ever will in college, just because college, like I said, you get to schedule your classes, you get to have a workaround for what you're going to be doing. So looking back at high school, I skipped for NBA 2K14 just like I did for NBA 2K15. I skipped for Grand Theft Auto 5 when that came out, and I also skipped for Grand Theft Auto 5 Online when the online feature came out so I could sit home and play all day with my friends. I skipped school for Call of Duty Black Ops 2, but then I fell asleep midnight launch, and then I woke up like at 5 o'clock in the morning, and my friends were all tired of playing for like 5 straight hours Call of Duty Black Ops 2, and I was like, oh, wow, okay, I see how it is. And 2 games I regret skipping school for is Gears of War Judgment and Halo 4. Both of those games, at the time, I was super hyped because I didn't really look into what the game is going to be like. At the time, I didn't look into like reviews or anything like that as well, and it was a lackluster title, both Halo 4 and Gears of War Judgment. Now looking back at Halo 4, I enjoy it now more than I did back then, but Gears of War Judgment, oh my goodness, I wish I could enjoy it, but it's just impossible to do so. And I do believe the first game I ever skipped school for was Halo Reach, and ever since then, you know, it's been a trend, as you guys can tell. So if we add them up, Halo Reach, Halo 4, Gears of War Judgment, GTA 5, GTA 5 Online, NBA 2K14, 2K15, oh, and Call of Duty Black Ops 2. So that's a total of 8 games. In almost 5 years, I've skipped school 8 days for 8 different games. And like I said, I do regret the Gears of War Judgment and Halo 4 ones at the time because they just weren't appealing to me as I thought they would be. But overall, I guess, you know, skipping school for video games and being an absolute nerd to try to grow your YouTube channel and also have fun at the same time playing the new game that you really want to enjoy, overall makes for an interesting story to tell none the least. So with that said, that's my experiences for skipping school. I think I actually, yeah, that's about, I never really wanted to skip school for any other reason besides, as nerdy as it sounds, I keep saying, to play a video game. I think I only skipped school one other time, but that's because I was let skip school because parents received a note that said on October 31st there's a thing called the Wolf Pack that's going to come shoot up the school. I just want to remind you parents that this is not accurate and we're going to have guards guarding the high school. And I was like, okay, come on. So I was given a free pass to stay home and not go to school that day. If you want to hear more about that story, about the Wolf Pack and bomb threats, I made a storytime episode on it already. I'm not sure if you guys have seen it, but link will be in the description if you check it out. With that said, that concludes my stories of skipping school. Never say never, but I believe I will never skip school again for another video game as long as I'm in college, because you get to work around. Be sure to let me know in the comment section, have you skipped school for a video game? Are you as nerdy as me? Let me know in the comments. With that said, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.